night, I mentioned that I was trading some yen pairs, and we have about 5 minutes until we have some US news. But I'm just going to say there was a question earlier in a Discord channel that I'm in, where the question was, why would every time when you post something, it goes in your direction, and there is a lot of pips in profit when you post it. And my response is, wait, you might get a better price than me. So there you go. And very much welcome everyone. Um, I think this is a great Friday. Well, in and out of profits, but currently I want us to look at the core PCE, the GDP analyzed, and fourth quarter. It's not that important, but of course the PCE is, of course, what the Fed is looking at as inflationary number. So that's in about 4 minutes. Expecting it to rise ever so slightly. I'm currently dollar bullish, so to me it would be great if this also comes in rather bullish. So, and of course we already have the CPI out that was less than. So if this also comes out bearish, then yeah, this would definitely be a case of bearishness on the dollar, more than just today and more than just in general. Sorry, yeah, that would create a bearish trend. As mentioned earlier, if we get something out of Iran, when that is done, or when that is completed with strikes and stuff, then what has previously happened is a dollar has fallen, so strengthened on the anticipation, and then fallen on the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news type situation. So I normally follow FX Street, and on the other side of my screen, I normally put up the financial juice, just for fun purposes, I would guess. And then see 1 day countdown, and then FX Street's a bit faster. Not that it matters anything, but it's kind of what I normally prefer to have. And yeah, the financial juice is a bit delayed. I think it's like 15 seconds. So fair enough. At the end of the day, I don't have a dollar position on right now. I got triggered. I got tapped out of my euro dollar short at 117.77 and 117.50. So to me, it's just, is there continuation in my trades in my dollar bullish direction, or is it a slight pullback? And then of course we're gonna have personal income and personal spending. Not so important. Not so importante. But yeah, it is what it is. No, don't want to do that. Cool. Thank you. 23 seconds. Hi Ari. Boom boom. Boom. Tariffs decision are expected sometime soon, pal. Which tariffs? Yeah, I know. I know Bloomberg is it's faster. I don't need it because I can wait an hour for market, or if I wanted to, I should have been in a position already. Let's see what it gives us. Breaking news: 5.4 Canadian PPI, US GDP 1.4, US core 2.3, 04 2.9. We are higher than forecasted. We have PCE core at 3. we have headline at 2.9, above previous and above expected. Absolutely fantastic. Well, that that should, okay. Then I meet. Have I missed something out of here? Spending is month over month is less than, or more than forecast, less than previous, slightly bearish, and then yeah, okay. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find the bearishness in it, other than selling news. Say, let me read again. 0.4 above expectation, and previous, above expectation, lower than previous. GDP come at 1.4. Oh, okay, that's the bearishness. That is far away from expectation. Okay. Okay, yeah. The fun part about about Supreme Court and how they're dealing with the tariffs, is that we never know in advance before they make a decision. You just have a term sheet of what they are supposed to go through, and then it's up to them to figure out if they want when they're going to deal with it. So, but yeah, uh, fantastic. Okay, that's actually okay. It at least made dollar fall a bit more. Uh, I wouldn't say this is bearish because Q4 is activity for, might be wrong here, October, November, December, and we're now February, late February. So it's all old news. And then Canadian retail sales came in better than expected, but still quite low. And previously we've had S&P Global PMI out of the UK, which is, well, slightly better than expected, but slightly less than previous. So okay, fair enough. And some better services out of manufacturing out of Europe, and slightly less than expected, but more than last on services. So I mean, it's a good day. Can't complain. Let's look at my positions at the moment. Is there anyone here? Dollar yen. So Aussie yen has come down quite flat on that. Euro yen quite flat. Pound yen quite flat. Dollar yen. It's having a good day. If I go full dollar yen, and okay, fair enough. As I said earlier, it's I don't think dollar yen is going to make a new lower low. Of course, this news could have sent it lower, and it could still be sent lower, um, to have another position to go higher. But I don't think that's going to be true. I don't think that is likely. Just going to put it as maybe yellow or something. Yellow path. So that it's not what I expect. It's a possibility, but I would imagine that would be more likely. And then we are currently at 155.3. Okay, fair enough. We still have room to the upside. So for me, I would love to come back to 154. I don't think it's likely with the current numbers, and then we should continue higher. Sometime soon. Sometime soon has been since last year, since January. It's been quite a while that we have been sometime soon. So it's a bit of I don't know if it's annoying or if it's just it is what it is, or yeah. So okay. So to me, nothing more than okay. It's it's a drop to come from 4 to 1.4. But then at the end of the day, it's it's PCE that way more interested in, especially year over year, and then the year over year personal consumption expenditure. This one 2.9 more than expected. So to me, if I were to make a decision about anything, that should still support my dollar bullish situation. As you can see here, we had some kind of pullback on euro. I would like to have a pullback on euro so that we can have another shot at it next week, so that we can short it next week. But of course, it needs to have a pullback then, and 118. Yeah, okay. I can like that price, but I don't know if I will get it. I will probably get a new low, then pull back, and then that. So have oops. Have an open mind. Have an open mind. Have an open mind. Napster says dollar SAR. Do you trade South African rand? Are you South African? The reason is it's a long time since somebody asked for dollar SAR, but yeah, absolutely fantastic. We're getting warmer though sometime soon. Yeah, it's pretty cold here. If you can get something hot, that would be great. South African rand has outperformed dollar for quite a while, and the typical dollar bullishness hasn't really caught up. So all hands down for the South African rand to outperform the dollar. And if we add the dollar index just for the jokes of it, you can see here that dollar is way higher, and the dollar SAR has fallen a lot more than, and that is all thanks to South African rand. So to me, would be the only, in the current state. I don't know how South Africa is doing generally, but I would imagine they are doing absolutely fantastic. That would only lead me to look for short on dollar Swiss, on dollar SAR, though. South Africa. What do you have? What do we have here on our South African friends? We have 2% GDP growth. We have 31 employment. We have 3.5 inflation. We have 6.7 interest rate. Critical is quite low. Manufacturing 48. Do we have services? I don't see services. Okay. Okay. I mean, cool. It's a bit rough, but it's all right. So for me, the only reason forward and the way forward is for this one to continue falling. It's currently not in a position to fall with the dollar strengthening, but also if I were to say anything, that would be looking something like this and then continuation lower. So I want price to challenge 16, and then that's also range. But yeah, that's kind of how I would handle it. Stop loss above previous high, and then as we go higher, to look for it to reverse, not only just have a low like it has now, because it can go higher again, but actually show that actually going to go lower. So all well to South African rand to outperform and outdo dollar, which it has been doing for quite a while. I don't see this as bullish. I just see this as it went a bit too quickly over in January, where Trump was threatening Europe with tariffs, and that did not go well down. So yeah, about 5% fall. Okay, I would imagine. I'm not saying, I don't know if there is a driver right now for it, but if dollar starts to fall, aka because the Iran tensions are over, then that's definitely a scenario that this one should fall in. Yeah, you trade, and so yeah, so my little and professional opinion, my my direction would be to the downside, but at the moment, wait for it to turn around. It's a good low right now, but it's just, it could do a pullback. I don't like these spikes though, so I would then look for the trade tensions to reduce, and or for that matter, even a strike, and then that would skyrocket this one. Then it should fall. And was I right? I was right. So 13th was one strike that skyrocketed it, and then the next one was 25th or something. So yeah, seems like I was right. So this could happen, and that's a good 2% or 4,400 points higher. So that's at least in the books. And Trump said in the next 10 to 15 days he needs to have a deal, and if he doesn't, then okay. So be on the lookout. I would personally not engage with dollar SAR in that situation until we had a strike, and then start to try to fight it, because in the meantime it could be quite rough. Or if it does happen over the weekend, which is likely, over a weekend, that's normally when they do strikes. If it happens over a weekend, then you're gonna gap up on Monday. So, but yeah. Um, Good choice, good juice. So how far is 2% up? Oops, 2% up is 16.5. That's it. I would probably look for something like that. Pre what? And something like that would be a trade. What's the monthly on this one? That's the weekly. Change to monthly, bearish, bullish. Yeah, okay. Next month target so far 1564. Sounds good to me. Makes sense, dude. Thank you for getting involved in the stream. So my opinion here is that U.S. economy is, comparison to South African rand, is doing quite great. We are turning higher after the quite dramatic fall, driven by, at least it was, higher inflation, and it is kind of higher inflation depending on what inflation number you're looking at. At least on the surface, I haven't deeply looked into it. If it's just show, or if we actually are running higher and running hotter in the economy. From the meeting minutes the other day from the Fed, from the previous meeting, there wasn't a lot of bearishness in them. They talked about a strong, solid economy. So to me, it would be the only way to go higher. Therefore, also that we had this euro short on, and right now I'm looking for if it can come a bit higher and then fall again. The best part that would kind of happen to me now would be fall hard and then reverse higher, though I would be a part of it, but I would kind of reset and set up for buyers on euro dollar, sellers on dollar, so that they can take it higher. So because more than anything else, if I were to say anything, this is a place I want to short. So what are we now? We are kind of in the middle of nowhere, yeah, we are not really in a great place. This is just micro taste. So anything can happen here. There's to me, no real demand at the moment and no real driver. So if this will happen, then sure. So to me, I'm a bit neutral, if that is the case. I'm a bit neutral on euro. Aussie, on the other hand, is very bullish. They're likely to hike in, at least throughout this year. Market has priced in a good, what is it, 1.5, sorry, 1.5 rate hikes by the end of the year. The next one might be May, and that of course drives Aussie higher. That would also need a dollar weakness, so that's a bit of a stranger thing. That's why I'm in Aussie yen as of this morning, as of today. Um, I could have got a way better entry. I see that I got it too early, but me sleepiness, I was tired, so I got in at 109.34. You could have got 50 pips out of better than me, or 40 pips out of better than me. So congratulations. Went higher today, came back. I don't that doesn't bother me too much. You got a same entry again, so you're welcome. Not financial advice whatsoever intended, but that's what I did. And then euro yen uh, again came down to my level again, even though this one also could have given that 29 pips better entry than me. Range bound market, new higher high, higher low. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I need a new higher high for Friday so that Monday we can do that. And then we can continue. So this is more like a next week trade more than anything else. What can go wrong here? A strike in Iran. And a strike in Iran could not necessarily go wrong because my stop loss is just 90 pips or something. But if from last year, if we do the same move, that's about 143 pips, that would take me out. But as we see later, it would then lead to more bullishness on euro yen. So if I hear about it, I'll probably just get in again. So to me, it's just cost of trading short term. Not really. I'm not really bothered. And I was asked a bit earlier, would I hold trades overnight over the weekend? And I said, yeah, sure, I will hold trades over the weekend. That's not a problem. It's a bit less than what okay, it's a bit more risky than I want it to be. But it doesn't change. It doesn't change what? It doesn't change my position. Because it may or may not happen. He said 10 to 15 days, but it is. I can't wait for a president of a country to make a decision when I have the technical setup and the market has a technical setup. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just too. Then I will never trade if I need to wait for other people to make their decision. And that kind of comes down to pound yen as well. I'm just waiting like a kid in a candy shop for this one to rise. Though, for pound is bearish. They're going to cut, but uh, I don't know why I'm so I don't know. I'm just like a kid in a candy shop. I'm like, I want this to happen. Um, so that would be looking like. Uh, so that was for day trade today. Um, where is it? There we go. New higher high pullback. Does it do a pullback? Well, only the future knows, but something in this direction. With we see weekly bullish. Yeah, okay. I don't. Yeah, because we haven't been arranged this week. Nah, I would still do that. And then, what's the monthly then instead? Because I don't like that target. Target is way too short. Yeah. Did we hit bearish target? Don't tell me that. And we're just going back up to central. That's 212. 212. Okay. Okay. Well, 212 then. Need to wait for 212. What is the weekly bullish target then? 212. Yeah, okay. We'll see. Maybe not. Okay, it is what it is. I don't know. I hope that this skyrockets so that this one widens so that on Monday can get a better target. New Zealand yen is just in a range. I don't know why, but eh, go higher, go higher, mate. Because I thought that here's gonna go break, and then no, it didn't. And then I thought it was gonna go break. No, it didn't. So, hello there. Are you going into A1 now? I'm leaving in 9 minutes. So this is just me by myself on my own. So yeah, I'm just discussing my yen positions and the reasons. I haven't mentioned the reasons, but yeah, it's all the bond purchases. It's the dovish Takashi. It's the lack of in Iran in Iran strike. It's not seasonality. I want it to be seasonality, and it's a technical bullish reversal. Um, so to me, it looks like a great opportunity. Could be better. CAD yen. CAD is actually bullish, or actually rising now. Okay, that's a bit interesting. I couldn't remember them having a very great. Oh, it was just retail sales. Okay, cool. It was slightly better. Okay, but yeah. Okay, I could have bought everything here. Swiss yen. Yeah, coming back down to a good entry, good level. Stop loss is absolutely humongous. That's 100 pips, and it's barely covering anything. Okay. I don't trust Swissif to do that, so too little. How is it dollar seasonality? Dollar seasonality is bullish until March-ish. That's why I'm like, it's ish. And Aussie yen is actually has a bearish seasonality. But also we have fallen quite a lot now, so that's why. US dollar commodity index seasonality. Yeah. So going into really is it bearish? Not bearish. That was last year in 2011. This is just funny people. Bullish, as you can see. Bullish, bullish, bullish. 1 year was bearish. That was last year. So anything else than that? Bullish February. March is kind of. And generally it's a low around March beginning. So I don't really find it. We say March. Yeah, as you can see here, it starts falling, or it peaks around March, and then March goes range bound, then falls in April. So it's a bit less not less. It's a bit more. What do you call it in English? It's a bit more randomness in March, maybe. That maybe fall from like mid or second week of March. So I don't feel like shorting it. I don't feel like buying it. So we are coming close to an end of this seasonality. This is where we hit weekly target for euro, and are we miles? Yeah, it's weekly. I think we are like miles away from the week monthly target anyway. So it's a bit. Yeah, we are far away. So it's okay. We are 1450. I mean, it could possibly happen with the Iran situation, but if it's just normal market moves, I don't think we're going to go down to 1450. I mean, everything is possible. Anything is possible. Everything is possible. But it just feels like we did the fall. But yeah, you short and yeah, of course. I know. I mentioned it. Okay. Um. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Yeah. If I were myself, I would probably short here. But that's a bit far away from. I know you just sold up here. Was it pound yen or something? Euro yen. Congratulations on that. But this is bullish perspective, sir. This is turning around, and it's just what is it? 200 pips since the low. But yeah, now when those candles happen, that would be very. I would be out of there when this happens. But I mean, enjoy. Where is your? What is your? See, yeah. Oh, you took it now. Ooh, okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. You said it took pound New Zealand. It hit your stop loss. Oh, okay. Interesting. This is what I'm looking at. This is what Maxi sent me. Okay. I mean, great. And it seems to be pausing and waiting. Nice run. Good job. Well done. I like that. Is there anybody who is here for the first time that doesn't know me from before? Please please type in chat. And I can see it's 6-7 people here. But if it's 6-7 people from my own people, then cool. Then I don't need to say what I'm gonna say next. But on over the weekend, I normally have what am I saying? Yeah, over the weekend where there is a meeting on Sunday, I normally have, and then of course streams on Monday and Tuesday, Monday, but I was on A1 and meetings there. But if you're part of my mentorship student, we are meeting on Sundays at 21:30, and that's when I plan for the next week. So right now, it looks to me where we are in a good space. Aussie yen making a new higher high, Euro yen trying to make a new high, pound trying to make a new high, New Zealand trying to make a new high, dollar yen trying to make a new high. It's not falling at least. That could change over the weekend, for that matter. This isn't guaranteed anything at all, but we are on. We're in a good way. We're in a good slip. So for me right now, that would be pound yen, close this candle, come back lower, and then buy. I wanted this to happen now, but it's a bit 30 minutes too late for me. So I'll have to put that on wait, have a limit order on. I'm still in my S&P 500 trade. Nothing really there. Just range. Oil has been rising. I'm not going to call it to start falling soon, but I mean, if the tension out of Iran starts to getting priced out, and this one should have a free fall. So I don't like the buy. If you were ever to buy, that was the buy. Now is to take profit times. Could go higher for that matter, but I would argue that it's a better place to look for it to come lower before higher again. So we'll see what happens next. Nothing is for certain. I love that Max is trading against me. Then we shall see who hits the stop loss and who hits the profit. So until next time, people, or until Monday or until Sunday, depending on where you are and what groups you're in. I'm currently in yen positions and S&P, and it's a great day to be a trader. Okay, I'll see you soon. Boom.